Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Has Harry killed Voldemort to end his reign of terror? Like, it actually is the end now, except instead of in Deathly Hallows Part 1. This is the finale of the original Harry Potter series. This is the end of the series. Until Fantastic Beasts came out like 5 years later. So, the positives on this film are, it doesn't start with the Dursleys, so that's nice. That's always a plus. And Harry Potter's spells, he uses a spell in the end battle when he's shooting at Voldemort, when he's duking it out with Voldemort for one last time, as well as some other spells in the movie. And this movie is just the biggest in scope and size. It feels like the end battle. The final fight is epic, and the ending is so satisfying. This is the other movie of the two movies I've mentioned in this series this is the one that I actually love. This and Goblet of Fire are the two movies that I genuinely love. I love the room on fire scene when Malfoy and his guys set it on fire. It's actiony and dangerous. And I love it when they fly around the room on their brooms, when Harry and Hermione are flying on their brooms, and Harry decides to save Malfoy and his friend, even though Malfoy was going to kill them. That was cool. That was interesting. That was nice of Harry to do. But I love it when the room is on fire, they're running around the fiery room, and then they're on the brooms flying around the fiery room. So that was just really cool. Snape's backstory in the movie is so interesting. He loved Harry's mom. He secretly protected Harry throughout the series. He sent out that horse, that blue horse thing in Deathly Hallows Part 1 that Harry saw. So secretly, he was helping out Harry throughout the entire franchise. So that was just really cool. And it was just very interesting to finally find out Snape's backstory. Neville's speech near the end of the film of how their hope isn't dead, even though Harry is dead, was moving and inspiring, and it was a really good moment for Neville. And the final fight between Harry and Voldemort at the very end of the film is epic, with them flying around Hogwarts. Harry grabs a hold of Voldemort. They fly around the building, and then they end up outside at the entrance of Hogwarts, and then with them finally duking it out for one last time, shooting their wands at each other, and then Neville kills Nagini the snake, the last Horcrux of the movie, and so that Harry can finally defeat Voldemort. Voldemort finally realizes Nagini is now dead, so now he is completely and utterly vulnerable. Harry knows that, and they just go at it one by one, or they do it at each other, just shoot it. They both know Voldemort is now vulnerable. They're fighting for their lives, so that was just so interesting. That was so great. That was so epic in the movie. And that last 20 minutes of the movie, the final fight where everything is going down, the entire fight between Hogwarts and Voldemort's army, ending with Voldemort and Harry just finally fighting it out for that one last time, is just awesome. That is easily one of my favorites, if not maybe, I don't know, maybe my favorite moment of the entire franchise is that last 20 minutes of this movie, because it is just this epic battle, and it is just so awesome to see that. So the ending of this movie is just so good, as well as the epilogue of the movie where we find out now Harry and Ginny are a couple, Ron and Hermione are a couple, and they're sending their kids to Hogwarts. Just all of that, just a great conclusion to the movie, and it was just so awesome. So yeah, it just awesome. There are only 2 negatives in this movie, and they're not even really that big. The first negative is I kind of wish the first 20 minutes of this movie was instead in Deathly Hallows Part 1. It would make Deathly Hallows Part 1 a little bit longer. I kind of get that. But I think it would make this movie so much better, and they could have an actually good ending for Deathly Hallows Part 1 of if they had Harry get the Horcrux from Gringotts, kill it, and then they get back to Hogwarts. Neville finds them. They get back into Hogwarts, and then if Harry did a speech of like, "This is the end. Voldemort is about to come and attack us. We gotta get ready." And if he's just if they ended Deathly Hallows Part 1 with Harry Potter's speech, and then they look outside of Hogwarts or whatever, and just look off in the distance. All right, this is the end battle. This is good and evil finally duking it out, or something like that. You know, I think that would be a pretty good way to end Deathly Hallows Part 1. And then that way, in this movie, they could just go off with the action. While with the movie that we have right now, it doesn't really start off with that action. That's kind of a small negative for this movie. And the only other small negative is I don't love that Harry and Ginny get together. It seems a little weird. Harry and Hermione felt better with Hermione concerned about Harry and Goblet of Fire, and then them dancing in Deathly Hallows Part 1. So I thought they'd be the best match, but even if it wasn't Hermione, even if Harry and Hermione didn't get together, I honestly think Harry and Luna Lovegood actually would have been a good couple, because they both shared deaths of a parent, and Luna tried to help Harry in this movie of like, Harry Potter, it's from the... You gotta speak to a dead person, not a live person. So it's like, it seemed like they also could have been a good couple for the end of the movie. But don't get me wrong, I get why Harry would want that redhead Ginny Weasley. I totally get that. I mean, come on. Ginny is a redhead. I totally understand that. But they didn't exactly have that great chemistry, so that's just the thing. I don't think they had great chemistry. But in the end, I absolutely love this movie. The negatives are super, super, super small. This is pretty much a perfect film. And this is one of my favorite films of all time. I would say I'd probably put this in my top 20 films of all time now. And that's just in under a year. Because I watched this movie in like June, maybe, of 2022. So in just under a year, this has become one of my favorite films of all time. So Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is a really good conclusion to the Harry Potter franchise. This is absolutely one of the best movies in this entire franchise. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is just really good, really great, just a really great conclusion to the Harry Potter franchise. Until Fantastic Beasts came out. Thanks for watching.